Salud!
Mantele!
Metele!
Metele! Fuck.
Welcome back again.
Sorry, Mom.
She's not gonna know.
That curse right off the bat.
No, that's not a curse.
No, in English I cursed.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, dude.
Well, I was actually also just listening to one of our episodes and we were talking about how it was like 10:47 and we gotta go have dinner.
Yeah.
And now it's 10:21
Yeah.
and we haven't even started. We just started recording.
But
we haven't had dinner. I was up late night dining.
I was up late night. No, is it late night dining?
No, of course not. But that worked.
Yeah, did you make that up?
Yeah, right now.
That's the wittiest thing I think.
Thank you.
Wow, you are on one right now.
Champagne en España.
Welcome to your tour guide for this episode. It's going to be Leliani Sanchez. She is going to crush it.
I will take you through this journey.
Absolutely. I'm just here on the ride with y'all, so let's go. Take us away.
So speaking of journeys, we went on one last weekend.
Where did we go, Lely?
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Oh yeah, that's how you say it.
You gotta have a sexy
How do you
list.
know that they say it like that?
Everyone
Is it 'cause
knows.
your aunt?
Everyone knows.
Barcelona.
They're very proud of their like lisp.
Yeah, but you know they want to basically like separate themselves from the rest of Spain and they want to be their own thing along with like other cities.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know, politics,
Is it?
drama.
Probably.
Probably what we should be doing in America.
Oh my god. Shots fired.
We're not going there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went on a lovely trip to Barcelona.
Yeah. Oh, Europe's not so different than America. No, it is. All right, don't.
It is.
It is.
So how did we get there?
How do we get to Barcelona? So we decided to take a train. So you can either fly there and it takes like, I think 20 minutes.
To fly?
I don't know. It's probably pretty quick. But our Airbnb host recommended to take the train. And I have to also recommend after doing, I've only done one of the options, but but I can say that was the better one for sure. It's better than walking. It's better than riding your bike, canoeing, gondolaing. Is that a verb?
But why is it better than an airplane?
Because mostly with an airplane, obviously there's TSA.
Yeah, so you gotta get there earlier.
You gotta get early. You gotta get your bags through. There's just a lot more processes in a train. Guess what? No dangs given. Yeah, your fake laugh and then the real laugh. That's a weird.
You'd love to see it.
I love it.
I would be interested to see what European TSA is like, though. I hope it's as easy as.
It's the one we did already. Yeah, that one was pretty easy. That one was stupid easy.
We don't know, but you do have to get there in advance. Yeah. All that stuff. Also, the airports. Usually, in any city, I will say they're not like in the center of the city. They're like a little out.
Yeah.
So you would have to take an Uber or a taxi or a train.
Great
versus
point.
like our Airbnb host literally told us like it's a 20-minute walk to the train station.
Yeah.
I would totally recommend that. You have to get there 20 minutes before your train. That's it.
Yeah.
So we did it and it was way too easy.
Pretty seamless. So it's like you get there, it's Renfe, RENFE.
It was a high-speed train, so it only took about like 3 hours and like 20 minutes, I think.
I think getting there was like 3 on the dot.
Okay, there you go.
Coming back, we were delayed and it was 3:20.
Yeah.
It's very easy. It's like, so you get there. It is like, so these train stations are also metro, subway, whatever your city calls them, stations, MARTAs, whatever.
I think they're a hub, but only the trains go from that one. It's not like you can go to another
Right,
station.
exactly. So it's maybe confusing at first when you're like, where do I get my ticket? Because there's 2 colored like self-service machines. But we got our tickets from an information desk, right?
Wait, should we tell them about our ticket scare?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because this can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
So I gave you one job.
Yeah. No. Not even. I said I got this job out of all of our travel. And FYI, this is early in this of us moving around in Europe. So this was the first one.
Yeah, when we were booking.
So we'll check back And then guess what, Laylee? I'm going to pile on. It's going to be perfect because you planned it out perfectly. Anyway.
Well, okay, I'm very organized. And when I buy something, I literally already have a tag in my Gmail that's called Europe 2022, baby. So everything I buy, I put it on that tag so that I have the receipt and confirmation.
That's OCD. I don't have that neurological disease, you know?
Just so you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's like the day before a train ride. And on our Word document that has all the information.
I see a picture.
About what we're doing. It says, ask Will for confirmation.
It says ask Will. All right. So I'm like, okay, I know I bought this for sure. I think, right? So then I'm like, I'm going all through my emails. I'm typing Renfe, nothing. I'm talking Madrid, nothing. Barcelona, nothing. I'm like, okay, this is fucking terrifying. There's got to be there's a email, right? No emails, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, I bought this thing. Okay. Did I buy it on my debit card? No. Okay. Let me check my Capital One. Also, then it's, I'm in another country. So it's like, oh, here's a text verification. Guess what, bitch? I don't have my number. So I got to figure that out. That's a whole nother little
So you
annoyance.
have to literally pop in your American SIM
That's
card.
what I did. Yeah, for in this case. And then I get in and it's like, I forgot that we bought this part of this process a month earlier than the rest, right? Mm-hmm. So the whole time I'm looking in June, but we bought this in May. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, where the fuck is this? I feel like a dementia patient right now.
I was also on calls like the entire day. So I knew that was wrong.
You were so chill.
I knew something was wrong, but I was like, I literally don't have time for this. So I'm not going to have time for
it. Yeah, look at that. She knows how to, right. If you want to know something about Laylee, when it's a problem that Will has to figure out, she just goes, we'll figure it out.
I was on calls all day. I remember that.
So anyway, I figured out, I was like, you just got to call the people. I have my credit card number. I have the date of purchase, which was like, thank God, that's all the information you really need. And we called the guy.
On the Word document. We told them exactly.
No, I screenshot.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you don't have it when I bought it. No.
Okay, but on the Word document, we have the train they want to take.
We're deviating so hard real quick, and you're just trying to make me look terrible.
This is important.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
This is important. Yeah, okay. This is very important. Anyway, well, whatever. We called the dude and...
Ladies, take notes.
We called the guy and he's like... He gives us the information. He's like, oh, well, this is your number. What's your email address? You said it to him like 3 times. And you say it just like how I say it, which I know is like to a T that people understand it. And guess what? Did I ever get an email still from him? No. Didn't. So they don't give you emails, man. So
always a pro tip is... write down those confirmation numbers if you know you didn't get the email. So another thing I do is I leave that tab open of like confirm payment with the info until I get the email.
Ooh, smart.
And then once I get it, then I tag it Europe 2022 and then I close it.
Wow. There you go. That is a pro tip.
I'm very OCD, but that's how you get it.
Yeah, no, totally.
But we got our numbers, so basically all you have to do is literally go up to these self-check-in Renfe machines.
They're purple.
Put in that number that thankfully we got.
They're purple.
Are they purple in every country?
In Spain.
Okay. Then it prints it out for free. I almost thought it was going to be a Spirit situation.
No, this is Europe. It's not. You're thinking capitalism. You don't think capitalistic.
But isn't that one of the beautiful things Europe is teaching us?
Anyway, so we get there. So we get on this train.
And then you just go to your platform, which you were like 9 3/4.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thank you. Harry Potter reference. Because it is, you're like, what? I've never done a train.
A platform.
But man, imagine if it was a locomotive train.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, right? That's old school.
High speed, so very modern. So we get to our seats, so spacious. I will say also, obviously we're very pro train. It's kind of the same price. Sure, it might be a little longer, but it's so worth it. Also, they don't weigh your bags. Or you don't have to check in your bags and risk losing them like everybody is this year. So that's a huge plus.
There's none of that. Yeah, we didn't. We only did we were packing light because it was only 2 nights.
Yeah.
A lot of people had carry-ons, but even then it's the same thing. You just put it overhead. or there's like a middle compartment.
For the bigger ones.
We get on that, 3 hours, boom. It's 1 p.m., right?
Yeah, and though we had Wi-Fi, so we would work through it. Like, you don't have to take PTO or nothing.
Nothing. You know? We were working the whole time. And it's like, so it's not like airplanes where you don't have to purchase. It's not like American capitalistic society where they're like, oh, we'll give you a little internet.
For $10.
Or you can pay by the hour. No, you just have internet.
Yeah. All you need is your little confirmation number and your ticket.
Yeah, exactly. It's a giant number, but once you enter in, it's all good.
I will say my condo about going on trains. It's only literally one. And it's that if you have motion sickness or get it easily, depending on where you're sitting, you're going backwards. And that's not fun. Backwards
or forwards, because the seats kind of go both ways. It's like luck of the draw, right?
Yeah, it's totally luck.
Yeah, you could be facing
backwards. The same way you're going.
Yeah, but then again, I'm gonna talk to my good old, station wagon kids. Remember the station wagons when you sit in the back seat and you're like, oh, this seat faces the opposite way, and I get to watch people behind me. I get to see all the road, and it's like trippy and dope. You remember that? So it's kind of like
this.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know those cars were like that.
Yeah, because you're Cuban. You're not old-fashioned American.
Whoa.
Did you have station wagons in Cuba?
No, we had way cooler cars.
No, you had a horse, maybe, but really it was you had your feet.
Wait, you never went in a station wagon?
Yeah.
Your parents had one?
They did, but they didn't have the cool ones with the back seats. But I had like always, all the cool shit. It's like my friends' parents had one.
Whoa. As a kid, I literally threw up if a car had AC, so.
So did I.
Oh.
Yeah. My dad's brand new car. Brand new. He had brand new car, and I was sick as fuck, and he picked me up from kindergarten, and he picked me up, and then like 2 seconds later, I threw up right all on the dashboard, right into the air conditioning unit. So he's like, it smelled like throw up.
This is a new story. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't know this? Yeah. No. So I'm like, 4. And so I do that. And then I'm like, also, he's like, what the? Come on, man. It's my brand new car. And then I'm like, I'm going to throw up again. And he's like, stick your head out the window, Will.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I stick my head out, I throw up. Well, we're going on the road. What do you think? My little head, it goes out and just splatters all on the car. And then there's another story I don't remember, but this must have been like maybe a week right before that. I was like, Dad's home, right? And I have my cute little overalls. Aww. Guess what? There's overalls, there's buttons on the front. So I jump up to hug him, and he hadn't gotten out of the car, so those buttons just scraped all down the door. Yeah.
Wow, you were a mess.
Oh yeah, and then my mom's minivan, I like bit the door for some reason.
Anyway, we'll talk about that in another episode.
Those are crazy stories. Anyway, we get to Barcelona, right?
Yeah. So we go straight to our Airbnb. If anyone's familiar with Barcelona, right? There's a Barceloneta Beach.
Yeah.
And that's where we wanted to stay because we're beach lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you have to take another transfer train. But again, super easy. And once we get there, it's like a 7-minute, from our Airbnb, it's a 7-minute walk to the ocean, which is so worth it.
But here's the thing, is now we've been to Costa Rica too, it's like Ubers are illegal, but everything uses Uber.
Yeah.
Airbnbs are illegal, but it's like everyone does it. So it's like, certain apartment complexes will say it's, like when we were in San Diego, the person was like, oh, it's illegal, so just say you're our friend. So it's like, it's such a weird thing that...
Oh, in New York also, no?
No.
But basically, so we were a little offish towards the beach, but I think we were still pretty central.
No, we were right. Yeah, we were right by the beach, but not near a lot of things.
Yeah, so it's like, obviously that kind of makes sense though, right? You have your downtown and then you're going to have your beach a little off to the side.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we really realized, but... I didn't mind it for a short weekend trip.
Would you say after doing that, because I was big on no, let's stay right on the beach, and we were 6-minute walk from the beach. Mm-hmm. If you're going to go for a weekend, because there's a million things you're going to probably be doing, do you think it's worth it to stay near the beach, or probably more central because you're going to be doing more things.
If you're going for just a weekend like we did, stay in the city.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I was like, obviously you want to be like, man, I just want to walk out, boom, beach. But
yeah.
And we're going to get to it. Barcelona has a lot to offer, you know, like any city, really, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, pro tip, if you're going just for the weekend, I would say definitely go more towards the center than we did.
Yeah.
But we did the Airbnb. We checked in. It's like 1, 2 o'clock by now. First thing we did was we got some tapas.
Yeah, Layla, you were hungry. You wanted some tapas.
Will's favorite thing about Spain.
One thing, I'm not a big Spanish food guy, I don't think.
I think you need to have more of the food.
When I say I think, I really mean I know.
That you need to have more? Or
I've had enough. Done? They're all exactly the same.
No, you need to have more entrees.
Yeah,
I think you're done with tapas.
Well, you always want to take me to paella, and every single person in Spain or Barcelona or Madrid is like, you don't want to get paella.
We've only been to paella twice. I don't always want to take you to paella.
Has it been twice?
What about just like seafood and delicious
Well, this things? Is not on me, okay?
What do I have to?
Because you got to prove to me. No, so we get some tapas. Tapas, I don't know. I don't think we talked about this in the last one. So tapas is... so the guy who gave us a tour in Madrid, he's from the town that invented and curated tapas. And he goes, tapas are literal like hors d'oeuvres that are free to your drink. If they're not free with your drink, then it is called food. They're not tapas. Mm-hmm. And it was a big thing he kept saying. And so far, because you said that, the first place we went to get a drink, they gave us free food. And he was saying Spanish to me, and I was like, gracias.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think he knows that we didn't order this.
Bathroom.
Yeah.
And I came back and it was super untouched, and you're like, I don't know who brought it. I'm like, I think you can eat
also,
it.
The best tapas we've had so far. The free one. It was the only free ones we got, and it's the best ones, I think.
That's so nice of that place.
So we got tapas because you order your papas bravas. That's not right. Is that right?
Patatas bravas.
Patatas, yeah. Feet. Hooves. I learned pata is hooves.
No, those are patas, but I'm saying patatas.
Oh, potatoes.
Yeah.
Potato patata. Which is just basically potatoes with mayonnaise.
No, it's not with mayonnaise.
With mayonnaise.
It's with the delicious red
mayonnaise
spicy sauce.
No, it's not red. No, it's mayonnaise and then maybe hot sauce. It's the most white trash fucking thing ever. And then we had that potato casserole.
Spanish omelet.
Which is potatoes in a casserole form. And then we had the croquetas, which FYI, I like Cuban croquetas way more than Spanish ones.
You heard it here first. So we did that, and then we started to walk around everywhere, right? Because we had a lot of tours that day, but also we just wanted to walk around. So what was your first impression of Barcelona as we were just browsing the calles?
Initially, compared to Madrid, right? Much more touristy, like a lot more tourists. It just didn't have you just see a lot more people that are visiting. Like you can just tell. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think for me also it's kind of like who lives here.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody that was like a native Barcelonian, if you will. Yeah,
because I think in Madrid, you kind of know everyone lives there. You feel like the outsider a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless we're like in the hot spots, like Puerta del Sol or Playa Mayor, and everyone's taking a selfie, then it's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyday life, because we do live here, isn't as noticeable. Where there, you definitely hear your loud Americans and just other Europeans also.
It just felt like you don't, like I feel like I bumped into more people not from Spain than Spaniards versus Madrid is way the opposite.
Yeah.
It could have been just where we're at, but we were all over the city, so who's to say? And
because there's more tourists, it's also more expensive.
Exactly, it is. I mean, like that's any city, right? If it's a touristy city, they're like, we're gonna hike this price, obviously, to make some more money.
Yeah. But we'll pay it because it is worth it. So like right off the bat, we were pretty crazy and we got to Barcelona and I had 2 tours booked for us.
Thank God you did this because it was
Life change.
If you're going to go to Barcelona, you better do one of these. I don't know about the other one, but one of these for sure. And what was it was the first one we did.
So we went straight to Sagrada Familia.
So if you don't, I'm going to say it more gringo.
Okay.
So you can spell it.
You're going to go to
Sagrada Familia.
You're just, okay. Enunciating slower.
Sagrada Familia.
Sagrada Familia.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so if you've never been there, book your ticket right now.
Jesus Cristo. This is the most hermosa, guapa thing I've ever. My ojos, mira, todos.
Okay, well, if you don't understand him, basically, long story short,
I cried.
We were pretty tired, but then I was like, baby, it's so worth it. This is literally incredible.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as you got there, also it was funny because we were like so into our conversation as we were walking.
Yeah.
And then we get there and it's just this bam.
No, it
like,
really is.
Oh, we're here.
Holy shit. We're not, all right, so here's the thing. We're not inside at all. You're walking to go to this building, but I wouldn't even put it in the realm of a building.
Yeah.
It is like
or it's a church.
It's unbelievable is what it is, right? And I honestly, you should say this too, because I think I agree with you. And I've said this to multiple people where you're like, okay, what is the most beautiful like nature thing you've ever seen?
Oh yeah. So I was like, okay, you know how we went to Antelope Canyon?
Yeah.
And we were kayaking through Antelope Canyon, right? Like it was one of the most beautiful nature experiences I've ever experienced.
Yeah, no, me too. Absolutely.
Been a part of.
Yeah.
And Sagrada Familia is the most beautiful man-made experience
Which
for me.
I think is harder to accomplish because I've never felt that where I see something where I'm like, it is you see an amazing sunset or sunrise. It's so grand. It's so grand that you just can't even fathom it. Mm-hmm. And this Sagrada Familia is that you're just like, oh my God, look at this.
It's also so crazy how it does that from the outside already. Like when you look at it, it kind of looks cool, but then the closer you get, you're like, oh my God, like the sculptures in here and the architecture is just out of this world.
Yeah.
And then you step inside.
Yes. And you were telling me that a little bit. You're like, wait till we go inside.
I'm like, this is
and I was
even
like,
it.
And you know it too a little bit, but you don't know it because you're
had you seen photos? You kind of
No, I'm saying like you're like the outside is so amazing. You're like, well, why they didn't put all their money and time, and the inside is where it counts.
Oh my God! So you had never seen. You didn't really know what you were
I had no idea. It's like, imagine someone being like, you want to watch Forrest Gump? And they're like, what is that? And you're like, are you ready for this?
Yeah, it's like what you always say. Every time I'm like, I don't know, you're like, you're going to love this. That's how I felt. I was like, oh my God.
And guess what? You were, and I can promise every single person that's alive will experience that same. There's nothing like that.
It's
honestly
stunning.
So unbelievable. So do it. Do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
We don't even have to talk to you about it. Just to say like,
pay the 10 euros or whatever it is. It's so cheap. Amazing.
The tour guide is also worth it.
No, don't do that.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
We have differing opinions on that.
Yeah.
But another big thing is Park Gaudi. So we went there. Luckily enough for sunset, it was beautiful. But what nobody tells you will tell you. If you're walking from Sagrada Familia to Park Gaudi,
don't. That's what we'll tell you. Don't do it. It's all. I was like kind of joking with her. I was like, man, this is all uphill. And then like another mile, I'm like, this is all uphill. And then another 2 miles, I'm like, this is all fucking uphill.
I'm like, we still got 30 minutes.
The good thing is at the very end, you got to walk up a bunch of stairs. But then after that, when you enter the park, to get to the thing, you got to walk up more stuff. So,
yeah.
It
was beautiful. You get like a stunning view of the whole Barcelona city. Worth it.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of cities. I think especially if you only got time for one of those things.
If you got time for one, 100% Sagrada Familia. Duh.
The others, like, it was cool. I think the beach was cooler.
Yeah, well, I think basically Barcelona's architecture.
Yes.
Shout out Gaudi.
Yeah.
Is
shout out
amazing.
Jesus Christ, FYI, because he did all of that.
Yeah, so after all that, we were definitely so exhausted. We came home. I don't even think we had time for a nap. We,
This is all one day. This is one day, right? So we get on a train. We do Sagrada Familia. We walk fucking a 3-mile hike up to Gaudi's, like where he lived, and look at these amazing views, honestly, of over Barcelona. And then we're like, we got to get back.
Yeah, we're like, we gotta go. We walked 20,750 steps
before that night.
Yeah, before midnight.
Yes.
So yeah.
And then we got to get back because we're going to a pub crawl.
And we're supposed to meet them at 10.
Bar crawl, yeah.
And we had to literally mess with them because we were like, what time are you guys really leaving the first place?
Well, because you were like, we gotta get there at 10. I'm like, dude, no, there's no way. I am glad I WhatsApped him.
Yeah.
Because I was like, hey, we're not gonna get there right at 10. What time are you leaving? He's like, 11. I was like, okay, good. Because I honestly, come on, midnight, dude, let's go.
Yeah. So there's a Barcelona one. So we get there.
We're so excited.
Our first walk, not our first walk. Our walk there was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Right?
What was it? We don't even know the street.
Architecture again.
But
just
the
like
lights, everything, it was incredible.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get there.
So, but the good thing is like the bar we went to right after Cheers or whatever, where we met up, what's that bar that you wanted to take? It was like 100 shots.
Yeah, you have to do it if you go to Barcelona. You gotta go to Chupitos.
Chupitos?
Which means shots.
Go to Chupitos. No, for real. I had my first, and I had 2 or 3 flaming shots.
Yeah, they have like literally 200 or 300 different shots you can choose from.
Yes.
And it's just such a fun experience. Like,
it's pretty cool.
I'll take that one. And it can be like ice or flamed or just like disgusting and you're gonna black out.
Yeah. Basically, it was not as fun as the Madrid one we had. But I was talking to one of the Brits, bro, mate. Here's the thing, mate. And he was like, it's hit or miss.
That is what they sound like.
Yeah. So whatever. We wake up the next morning. We're hungover. It's a beach day, and we plan on that.
Day, 7-minute walk.
No.
We have champagne in España.
Champagne in España.
So we get that ready. I think we went and had a little breakfast. What did we eat?
Yeah, we woke up. You wanted to, because here's the thing with Layla. She's all about go, wake up, go, wake up, go. So it was like, okay. And I was like, all right, we did 20,000 steps yesterday. Can I just lay on the beach? She's like, absolutely. After we do another 15,000 steps.
Yeah, true.
Because you're like, let's go to the Gothic Quarter. And let's go to this other place. And let's do this.
It was worth it. So we did that. We had some coffee, whatever. We make it to the beach. No food because someone wanted to be like, we're going to look good in our bathing suits. I'm glad we did it because we get to the beach and everyone is braless.
Their titties are out. If you didn't understand that. Not everybody, but
a lot of them.
So, because at first you were like, no. Because I was like, Layla, just do it. If I was a girl and you're in Europe, fucking do it. We talk about experience.
Yes, but
and you were too nervous.
I agree. It was really crowded. It's a really
so crowded. Super
beach.
crowded. But here's the thing. Super crowded, but this is Europe, baby. This isn't America. So I was like, if you're gonna have an experience,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in Lagos, maybe, or in Amalfi, but probably in Lagos. That's where I want to do it.
Yeah,
that's where I envision it.
So you talk about from the oldest lady you've ever seen in your life, all the way to like. I'm talking like 10-year-olds where they're getting that
doesn't count then.
No, but it's weird because there's a little something coming in and you're like, I don't want to know this.
Why are you looking?
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding.
If there's just a dick, no matter how old the thing attached to it is, you're going to look. It just happens.
Yeah.
Because we're Americans. And that's what also, that was a big thing that we were talking about. We're like, how is everyone not just going, you're not looking, what the...
Well, because it was so interesting.
Whoa, come on, whoa.
Yeah, you see people like if we're with our friends and I'm like talking and I remember
Casually.
I was like, what if I was with Adam and Zaire and I'm just talking to them? Like they were really not going to look and we were watching them because that's what we do.
Why'd you say their names? Huh? What are you trying to say?
Because I'm trying to give a real example.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that guy was literally not looking at her boobs.
So she's thinking, all right, so, because she goes, there's no hot girls or pretty girls.
No, I'm talking about the girls in front of us, the two girls with their boys next to them.
Yeah, and it was the same thing behind it. They're all wearing sunglasses.
And they,
Well, here's the thing, is they're all probably used to seeing just titties out at a beach.
Titties out.
Because it was like another, it's like I said, it's like, I saw like that old lady who had big old fake ones. Really? And I had to go to the ocean and I was just floating. It was amazing. And because I had to pee too, but also I was just enjoying it. And I was coming back and there's a million people. So I'm like, oh shit, I don't have my phone. I don't even speak the languages here. Where's Layla? And guess what? Big old titties, baby. Yeah. That was my landmark to know where I had to find.
That's terrible.
Why? Whatever.
It was your first European beach. What'd you think?
I loved it. Also, the sand isn't white like Florida. It's more like a West Coast. The sun doesn't murder you like Florida.
It's more like a West Coast, but
it's
what
warm.
I love isn't a 3-mile walk.
No.
But the beach was so fun. And that was so worth it of us staying literally a 7-minute walk because we could like hop in. Let's go get our other champagne. Let's go back. It was so fun.
Let me ask you this. So this is a big thing where we were kind of broaching this topic. So it's like in terms of, we just started talking. So this is a great thing about Europe too, also culturally. Salud. It questions your like American upbringing, right? So it'd be like, okay, free the nipple, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, Europe is about it, and they do it. And every dude, it's always like, hell yeah, man. I'm trying to, yeah. Why would I care if more titties are out? You know? And we were kind of talking about that. Should I say my perspective first, or do you want to say yours?
Oh, I don't remember us talking about this.
Well, what do you say? What do you think about it? Do you say free the nip?
I totally say free the nip, but I just think it's uncomfortable in America.
Yeah, well, we're not talking about that. Let's say it's like Europe. Let's say it's Europe.
Yeah, free the nip.
Free the nip all the time?
Yeah, what about you?
So...
Wait, do you mean literally like lift my shirt up and free it, or just no bra, free the nip?
No, like the European beach where it's like you're tanning your upper body. Your boobs are out, whatever.
I want to be there, so I'm gonna say yes.
Not you personally, because you're uncomfortable.
Oh, for everyone? Yeah.
You're just like, you would want that as a lady, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm assuming. I think every woman wants that, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the way I was thinking about it is like, yeah, that would be, hell yeah, man, that'd be great, right? But I was thinking about it like, yeah, you already remember.
I remember.
Where I was like, but the thing is like, I do like the excitement you feel when you see a pair of boobs. You're like, oh my God, look at that shit. And then it's like, well, if I see them all the time, then I'm going to be desensitized and I'm not going to react that way. And I'm speaking as a boyfriend, obviously, not as like you say that as like, you don't want random creeps, but it's like, do you not want your man to... When you get naked and you're showing your body off, you don't want him to be like, oh, Jesus Christ, look at this one.
Right.
So it's like you can't have both. And it's like, so what should you choose? And I go, well, I like the excitement of it. And it's like, I mean, obviously it's great on a beach and you just see a lot of random ass whatever, but...
This is such a good point. I'm just going to ask you something too.
Oh, for sure.
What about... how you like when I wear TikTok bikinis, right?
Yeah.
So isn't that kind of the same thing? Because I think more and more women are showing off their butt, like to the point where, okay, we're literally just not seeing the crack. We see everything else. It's a very little line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, does that take away the excitement? I guess is my question.
So I already thought about this. So it's still like it's clothing. You're still wearing clothing, right? And clothing, I think, adds the tease, which is like what lingerie is essentially. It's a tease to the thing. So it's the appetizer before you eat the main course.
Well, then I wonder if that's what Europeans think.
No, I don't think
maybe
they do.
They wear lingerie for their sexy time.
So
well,
that's
this
exciting.
is where I'm like, I would love to have a Spanish guy and girl on and like tell us their perspectives, right?
Right,
Like,
or European in general.
Or European, yeah. Like we're
Because
like,
those are Portuguese
we
people you're
obviously
thinking about.
have preconceived notions more than we think. Like we really do. Like I try to be so cool and I'm still staring at all. And I'm a girl.
You can't.
Like, we'll circle back on this.
That
That was a fun beach day. So that was our second day. And then third day we went home. But before that, because I'm lately, I was like, let's go. So we went to walk around.
Zara.
No, not Zara.
We didn't.
Las Ramblas.
Which is, for in English, it's Zara.
No.
Yeah, it was.
You gotta go.
All right, so let me ask you a question. You're visiting Spain and you have time for one city. Madrid or Barcelona?
My heart is with Madrid, but I guess if you're only there for... How long are you visiting, actually?
A weekend.
Only a weekend. Barcelona.
Damn.
But if you got 3 days, Madrid.
Yeah, I know. I just be like, see, you should be like, well, what do you want to gain from your trip?
Okay, let's ask you. You're here for only a weekend. What would you tell your friends? What would you tell our audience?
I know, it's really hard because I'm like,
They've never been to any. They don't
Barcelona
have anything.
is incredible. It really is because architecturally it's beautiful and it's got the beach and it's got all the titties. But Madrid is, it's hard. It's hard to compare it. They're my children. I love them both equally.
But you have to pick. That's how I feel.
What are you, the German soldier in the Holocaust? Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm with you. I guess Barcelona. If you got 2 days. Madrid is amazing, though.
But where would you live?
In Barcelona?
Where would you live?
Oh, I live in...
Barcelona or Madrid?
No, Madrid.
Long term,
Madrid.
basically.
Madrid. There's also a lot of other beaches in Spain that we haven't visited. So I don't even know if I would ever go to Barcelona if I lived here.
No, that's so true. You wouldn't. I've only been to two other beach towns in Spain. They don't compare to Barcelona.
In a good way or bad way?
In a bad way for Barcelona.
Yeah, so Barcelona doesn't compare to these.
No.
Yeah, okay. You said it like they don't compare to Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Barcelona's got the architecture in a different way. Because I will say, Madrid has some pretty picturesque just walking around.
For sure.
Like, it's so beautiful.
But we're American, I think, and we're like, look at this. Wow, so different. But it's like, I think it feels very European, but like Barcelona has like those huge cathedrals out of nowhere. They have the Gothic Gaudi everywhere, like all that shit. That is like, what the fuck? Everything's picturesque there.
So we'll end this on, are you Madrid or Barcelona?
Feel it out.
Test them both though. If you got time,
do both. 3 hours, 3 hour train ride. We did all that in a day, so you can do it too. Okay?
Salud.